locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with Ryan Tannehill and the visiting Miami Dolphins. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. His first carry. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Going up top. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Hines on the toss play. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On 1st down, Locke. He'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On 1st down, it's Locke. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, Locke. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Quincy Wilson in on the stop.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. Play action, it's Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, it's Long. Ebron's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ebron caught left side. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
And that is incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Drake. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. On the stop was T.J. McDonald. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Locke. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
11Z! 11Z! 5, 622! Be right.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Third and long, it's locked. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. Back deep, Danny Amendola. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Matt Hawk now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's pulled in at the 32. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Ebron moving over the middle. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's Luck now on second down. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Fighting through it, he's got space. He's going to go, Albert Wilson. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Albert Wilson, 104 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. Janikowski good with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Locke. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On second down, here's Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Block on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. This is brought in at the 21. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, here's Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. Luck on 1st down. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there, picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, ball may come your way.
Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Luck now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald.
How about that interception? Like father, like son. Tim McDonald Sr. had 40 interceptions in the NFL, playing with Arizona and San Francisco. His son trying to follow in his footsteps.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pick up there, 26 yards. On first down, Drake. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side on target to Kane, complete. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Luck now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
11.
They go play action here on first down. Open man is Darius Fountain. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Luck now after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Luck, and he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck, and the Colts are able to grow their lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Get set.
They'll start the drive with Drake. Gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Tannehill. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, 20. Tiger.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. And the pressure gets to him again. Jabal Sheard in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Tannehill once more. He dumps it off to Drake. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Tannehill on first down. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 48 yards.
Alert. Hey, easy.
On first down, Locke. He's going to loft one. Deep left side. He's got him in. Complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Doris Felton, his second touchdown on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So now here come the Dolphins. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On the left side, this is Stills. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, 20.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Al Woods in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is taken at the 18. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear.
That is
by the
one
time
positive. And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll run here with Balazs. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's Tannehill. And he finds Stills complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Draw play. Tannehill gives to Drake. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The Dolphins on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Janikowski bangs it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And the Colts getting ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
We'll see how they'll attack him here. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking deep for Hilton. It's caught inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 22-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing as well. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Jump. 674.
Here's Hines. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again,
the Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
4 down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it.
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Tannehill. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Al Woods in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. Because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And that'll set them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They run again with Hines as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. To throw on 2nd down is Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off at the 28. And some room to roam now. 20. 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. On 1st down, it's Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Rodgers. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
His throw incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he connects with Ebron. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They get it to him running left. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Now he's flushed out left. He shakes him off. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Balaj. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They'll run with Drake, and able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. That one for Indianapolis resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
12. Go ahead.
Luck going to throw it. He's going to air one out. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Luck now to throw. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Al Woods in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
3rd and long. It's Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put them